When do we all get back to work? Microsoft telling a number of its workers, well, if the stay-at-home thing is working for you, how about like forever? How about permanently? The implications of that could be huge, and we might never return to the same type of work environment we had. Of course, this is all post-pandemic. It's a whole new world. Rebecca Walser on this. We got Charlie Gasparino on this. Rebecca, if Microsoft goes through with that, essentially saying all workers, for those of you for whom it's working out, and we hope it's working out, we could make this permanent. What do you think?
I mean, Charles, this is a big problem, Neil, with getting all of these people working from home. If you think of the macroeconomic level implications really fast, what I will tell you is it could be the end of blue states. It could be the end of urban areas. If you really multiply this out to what the ultimate resolution is, if you can work from anywhere, then why would you ever live in a state that has higher taxes than another state? Why would you ever live in an urban area that has higher city taxes than another location? Unless you just like the city life. People will live in the cities only because they like the city life, not because they need to, because their office is around the corner. It's huge.
Well, a lot of them are restaurant snobs like Gasparino, so that could be another catalyst to get him out of his compound. But Charlie, what do you make of that?
You know, she's right. I mean, listen, here's what we know. I know from the industry that I cover mostly, which is Wall Street, is that all the firms are conceding, even as they slowly bring people back to the office. I think Morgan Stanley's the latest with trying to bring about 25% of their New York City workers back to the office. They're all conceding that they can have that people can do jobs out at home very ably, legal. HR, the traders, real bond and stock traders need to be in the office, obviously near the technology, near the research, near the equipment. But a lot of others can work from home, and they can save a lot of money on a number of things, including office space. So, and then there is the economic impact on big cities like New York. Just so you know, I'm a New Yorker. I live there. I will say that there's more than just restaurants to New York. That's why you live there. There's a whole community. There's Broadway. I mean, it's an amazing place, and you put up with higher taxes.
But Broadway's not going to be happening until at least mid next year. Another reason, and the crime and everything else. A lot of people hear this, right?
Listen, there is a tipping point at point where high taxes and crime overweighs going to a Broadway show, and we may be there right now.
Rebecca, play this out, though. Let's say more and more companies do this, consider this. Obviously, it puts a pinch on leasing corporate space. You don't need nearly as much, and it changes the cities. Do you think it's a permanent change that could go on?
Neil, there is no doubt in my mind. The cities came about organically because that was the hub of commerce. If that changes and that no longer is the situation, the company that's going to be making money is the company that's going to figure out what in the world we can do with all these empty office spaces all around America, because they will become isolated, unfortunately blighted places, which I don't want to see. But we've seen it before. When the jobs leave, when the jobs go, look at Detroit. When the jobs go, what happens to the city? And that's what you're talking about. So the companies that are going to be making money are the companies that will figure out a viable use for these buildings, because if they are the past and we're going to a future of cyber everywhere, I mean, what's to say we have to live in the United States? Why can't I go live somewhere that's a lot cheaper and work from there? I mean, this is a global problem. Connected, disconnectedness.
Well, we'll
that's
why Charlie's exploring Italy. We'll have to see what happens. Guys, I mean, I know, Charlie, in our case, we're looking at making ourselves holograms one way or the other, just holograms, and that'll settle that. Rebecca, Charlie, thank you both very, very much.
Neil.
It's a little too soon to say whether this will come to pass, but it's out there, and Microsoft